There we go. Now, if we zoom in here, I don't know if they can zoom it in.
Context matters here, guys.
No context shall be allowed. He's at an Oregon Ducks game, and if you zoom in there, if you gaze at what would be his left ear at the right end of the photo, he has an ear plug within his ear to conceal himself from the true, authentic sounds.
I have a very simple question for Don. Do you ever wear ear protection when you shoot?
When I shoot, yes.
Okay, well, it's the same decibel.
Yeah, you have to do it when you shoot. I didn't as a kid, and I'm not
It's the same decibel level.
shooting. Oh, stop.
Oh, the stadium's too loud.
It's 127
I do have to be
decibels.
objective. I have taken like my daughter to like one of these concerts and we're sitting front row at a concert or something where it's just so loud. I'm like, and I hate the music. I have done that, but at a football game, come on.
It was 100.
Charlie,
this is not
whose
a
side
normal.
are you on?
This is not.
I think Charlie just went communist on us. I'm a little worried.
This is not a normal stadium, guys. It's
Charlie, are you a Democrat? Have you been eating a lot of soy? There's some things you rather just lose your hearing for. It's like it's worth it. It's just you gotta eat the man card.
It's like it's loud. It's like a gunshot.
It's 127 decibels, which is louder than a music concert. It's not a normal stadium.
Were the other people wearing?
Many other people had
many others, like 3.
I have my hearing today.
Did Don Jr. just say that he went to a Taylor Swift concert? Don,
no, I did not say that. No. But back in New York days, go to like Jingle Ball or something like that at Madison Square Garden when before I'd get like killed. Although I think that's changing now too. By the way, that's the truth. Like when I went up to New York a bunch, I basically avoid it like the plague. I've been like a political refugee from New York, from the People's Republic of New York down to Florida. But I went up a bunch with my father with some of the nonsense trials, and I was our sort of opening and closing witness on some of the nonsense that looks pretty good right now in terms of getting overturned, but you still got to deal with it. But like I'd be walking down the streets and same thing. Garbage men, these blue collar workers, just running out of their trucks taking selfies because they see what's going on in those cities. I see women that. I worked with the professional women lawyers that commute from some of the suburbs or whatever. Now they do it in groups because they literally fear for their safety going by themselves into New York City train stations. I mean, when I was, in the early 2000s, when I was a little bit wilder and a little, having fun in my early 20s, going out in New York City, we'd go out till 4 o'clock in the morning and take a subway home because it was obviously it was fine.
I have 3 close friends who live in New York City, and they're 3 for 3 in getting mugged in the Biden years.
Yeah, I have a friend who their best friend was one of the people pushed in front of a train by one of these lunatics that they just let out. It's real. Like the crime is insane. These areas that were once safe are no longer safe. Then you have the government housing. I know guys that own hotels in New York City that are making bank. Not because the hotels are overperforming, but because the government is paying them to house migrants in luxury hotels in New York City.
It's part of the conceit they do because it's hard to get a homeless shelter approved. So, but a hotel, people totally put up a hotel.
58th Street, which would be one of the more luxurious streets anywhere in Manhattan, is it's literally just housing migrants right now, and that's money that could be going to North Carolina. FEMA spends almost $1 billion housing migrants. That's not a federal emergency. That's intentional. They chose to do that, but when North Carolina has a flood, people lose their homes, their lives. Georgia, we don't have any money left for you. We can't do we can't really spend it. We got to make sure we're taking care of the migrants that we brought in here who are illegal and probably in many cases don't add much value, and they'll be reliable Democrat voters, but they'll be a drain on the coffers forever.
Mm-hmm. Should FEMA supply migrants with earplugs in case they go to sporting
I'm sure they supply them with anything that they want because they
will never let me live this down.
No, you're done. That's it.
You're done, Charlie.
That's going down.
I'm holding them to the standard. By the way, I'm going to bring you to an Oregon game, Jack. I'll have headphones and I'll have earplugs, and you won't. I'm going to stare at you the whole time. Okay, Jack, can you hear me?
Charlie, I'm going to the Penn State Ohio.
That's
State
not even
game,
close to as loud, Jack. I've been through this. Autzen Stadium is built into the earth like a crater. It's the loudest stadium in the country.
Come on out.
I don't know.
Wait, is it true once you lose your hearing, you can't get it back?
There is truth to that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you're going shooting, wear your hearing protection. Because as a kid, even just shooting 22s and stuff like that, the volume, it's in and out with me. I don't have the full tinnitus, but I can have weeks of just constant ringing in my ear. You're not going to get that from one football game once a year, Charlie. Relax, calm down, okay?
I might shoot
get like I do, multiple times a week. It's a little different. Okay? Wow.
They say
we're going to have to put tampons in Charlie's bathroom, too. We're going to get Tim Walz to install tampons in the boys' bathroom over at Turning Point.
Earplugs and tampons are not the same thing.
Tampon
I mean, they're sold in the same aisle, Charlie.
Anyway, the internet thought I shouldn't have wore earplugs. You guys agree. The facts are the facts. You guys all would have put earplugs in.
Listen, I appreciate your resolve.